When they just had the young boys that got in a fight over in South Africa, right?
Wait, can we?
At the pool.
You got to see this shit. I'm going to show. I sent it to Mike. It's in South Africa. These black kids are swimming in a pool, and it was supposed to say whites only, and the grown-ass men, of course, fighting young black children. It wouldn't have been men. They wouldn't have done that. But they always fight unevenly. There's some of these racist motherfuckers. It's these Dutch fucks that are in South Africa. The fact that you go to Africa and tell people have the nerve to go white only in a fucking African continent. This is what the fuck pisses me off about this shit.
But this is what I'm saying. How did they get to the point where they even had that kind of bandwidth with their mouth? Like, we got to take responsibility for that shit, too. There's no way a minority should come up in here where you are and be... Okay.
Let's show it. These black kids are swimming in the pool. This is like 1950. Look at this. Grown-ass men choking little black kids. Look at them. And one tried to take the little kid underwater. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Wow. Wow, where are all the black men around? Yeah, that shit would have... See, he's trying to take him underwater. Trying to drown the kid underwater. See that? See this shit? This is the shit. But they came and they protested. I go, and if it were black men, their size, it would have been a different ball game. Because it always happens where they play unevenly. They do shit like that. You know, they're choking little kids. But if it were men, if it were fucking grown men, black dudes, that wouldn't have happened.
Let me tell you
It would have been a different ball game.
Let me tell you something, Godfrey. In some certain situations, they would have fucked around if it was grown black men. And the reason why they would have, because we have allowed so much. The racism in South Africa is so thick by a small minority of people who are... they're not even the majority.
No,
there.
I know.
So then how does this become a thing? When I say we got to start taking responsibility, we have to understand a lot of the shit that we go through, and this is why I always get flack, because people are, oh, she always on this black shit, and she always talking about black men with this and this and that. I said, why did they even feel comfortable in the first place? Fuck a protest after the fact that it happened.
Well, that comfortable in the first place, you mean the white men?
Oh, absolutely. And it's not that
it's been since the 1600s they've been there. That's where that comes from.
But why?
What are you going to
say? I'm reading an article about it here. In all fairness, it was a whites only pool. Legitimately.
It was whites only still.
They said it was reserved for the white people staying
till this day, they have the nerve to have a whites only pool.
It is an unspoken thing.
So that's like a law. If it's a white only, you can't go there.
No, the resort said that they don't condone this type of activity and that there was no sign that said that, but there's an unspoken rule that is there. The police came, they did nothing. The resort has done nothing. But also...
I hope they pitch a bitch out there. I hope they don't let this go.
But even if they did, I've watched documentaries on South Africa and I've watched news things on South Africa where they're talking about there's certain restaurants people can't go in after a certain time. They won't serve black people. And I'm like, how did we allow that? Can we have a conversation about how we allow people to come in spaces where we are the majority and still tell us how the fuck to move around?
Yeah,
That's what needs to be addressed.
It happened in the 1600s. They tricked motherfuckers
but it's
like
more
Native
than
Americans.
But we in 2022,
and then
right?
They use.
Right,
I'm just saying, artillery,
Godfrey,
guns.
we're not doing
legislation,
shit.
all kind of
shit. When we talk about, and I've mentioned this before. And they said in 2021, every day, 5 black girls and 5 black women were murdered. Most of them murdered by their intimate partners or somebody that they knew, which means they were murdered by men who share the same complexion and skin as them. Yeah. When we talk about the femicide rate in America right now for black women is every 5 to 5.5 hours, a black woman is being murdered 97% of the time by the men who are her counterpart, intimate partner, or whatever have you. We are seeing some black men say a lot of things about black women, and it is turned in such a toxic way that black femicide is going through the roof. We're talking about DV cases where black women are going through the roof. So when you see that kind of energy coming from men, some black men who are disgruntled with black women, and that's how their responses to black women, and you go, but y'all don't have none of that same smoke that you have for black women that you think are the scourge of black society or got too much mouth or too masculine or holding you down, and this is how you respond to them, and then you got all these white men with their foot on your neck. You still begging white men not to kill you. You still sitting here marching, asking white men to give you a piece of the pie. You're 40 acres in a mule. You're this. We've had enough time to come together and build our own economy. We have enough time to come together and build our own resources. But we have to be very clear. A lot of black people are still trying to find a space in white spaces that is constantly going to have us asking for shit, asking for grace, asking for mercy. How are you going to ask somebody that put you in a fucked up situation to get their knee off your neck? How are you going to ask somebody who brought you here under bondage to keep you in a certain way to, hey, can you stop killing us? Can you stop keeping us socially and economically? No, we the only ones asking people to stop doing shit to us that are murdering us.
Yeah.
So them white men, I don't give a fuck who it was. You just seen grown-ass brothers going back and forth. They just showed a black guy, a white woman came in his face. Mm-hmm. The amount of patience he had for this white woman that I said,
you're talking about
a black woman at the game,
at the Patriots game.
At the game. And everybody's going, oh, and I don't want to disrespect this brother because I don't know him. So good that he was able to have his grace. But as a black woman who has seen a lot of violence towards black women from black men, I go, how much would he have had his own grace and space if it was a black woman doing that? And how much if he had responded in a violent way, people would have been like, oh, yeah, this black bitch.
Oh,
because that white
he
woman...
didn't see that. He saw the value in that white woman. If it was a black woman, he didn't see the value. Because if it was black on black, sure, we have no value. Oh, it's just them.
But not even
he probably saw value.
Not even the value. No. He knew that there's no space in this world that if he acted upon the way he should, listen, for there's men that say less. If a woman get in your face, you can pop. When it comes to black women, they go, oh, if she get in your face, you can pop in the face. That's why bitches be getting punched. Now he knows white men ain't gonna let you. I don't give a fuck what this woman is doing to you. A white man is not gonna let you respond. That's why nobody is on this woman except for her husband, who doesn't want to look like a fool because his wife is wilding out. But none of the men around there are going to this woman going, hey, we gotta move her. They filming him to see how much integrity he can hold, not to wild out with a woman that is absolutely out of her fucking mind. So when you take a woman like that and you compare her to the woman that lost her kids in the airport, you go, we got two women that's wilding the fuck out. One, you understand why she's wilding the fuck out because she thinks she lost a kid. Another one is disgruntled because she don't like the fact that he's rooting for another team. Yeah. Irrational. Mm-hmm. But the conversation is not going to be around her and what a stupid bitch she is. It's going to be around, look at this guy. Good for you being a good nigga to hold your integrity around this bitch.
And Robert Kraft came and said, thank you for that.
They should have been telling you who the fuck is this bitch that was up in his face like that. Yeah. She needs to be banned from the fucking place. Yeah. She needs to be reprimanded. There should be charges put on her. Yeah. She fucking wilding out at a game like that. You are unhinged and irrational. Irrational. If she was a black woman doing that shit, the whole story would have been about her being a stupid bitch. Right. Not him being a valor of honor, and now we gotta thank God you didn't get your little nigga soup bones on Patty.
Jeez. Yeah. No.
Crazy.
It's
So when you talk about South Africa, they don't give a fuck. They see black people, they go, what are you going to do? Right. So you're going to have white guys that you know, if you really executed the amount of womp that you got in you on this dude, you know you could punch his teeth out. But you know, no matter what he does to you, if you are protecting yourself, if you fight this nigga and he get hurt, shed any blood, miss any teeth, nobody's going to ask you, hey, go to your respective corners. Tell us what happened, Godfrey. Tell us what happened, white man. Yeah. They going to instantly see you going to jail, and his ass is going to the hospital, and they going to say, oh, my God, I'm sorry you had to deal with this Tasmanian devil nigga that put his hands all up and down your damn throat.
Yep. Facts. But I hope that
they got a whites only pool. In
a whites
2022.
only pool.
Well, remember we had the
They got a lot
restaurant.
of white
What'd you say? Hold up. What'd you say?
We had the restaurant a few weeks back in South Africa.
South Africa, and the guy spoke up. The white guy spoke up, cursing out the owner of the restaurant because he didn't let his black friend in. He went off. He snapped, and he spoke up for him like hardcore.
I just watched a documentary where there were black people in South Africa, and they were talking about there's an influx of I think Korean people that are coming there now, and they opening up all these restaurants, and they won't even let black people come in after 5 p.m.
Jesus Christ.
Or they make them get their food and eat outside. But I'm like, y'all are the fucking majority. What is happening?
Yeah.